everybody, welcome back to the Breach. We are on Island 2 here. I feel like our next best option is ice, because we can melt the ice and create water. We have free fire here, we have free water here. And those are the two islands I think benefit this team the most. Outside of what's actually on those islands, which in this case is regeneration. That kind of counters our fire, but it's not too bad. They also have a spider there. I think we'd be okay doing that.
Yeah, you'd prefer to get regen out of the way sooner. Flame gets around armor, so the armor scion isn't too much of a big deal, and the extra point of health also not a huge obstacle. Regen, though, that keeps up with you.
So when you attack ice floor, you attack an enemy that's on it or the ice itself. 2 hits breaks the ice and it turns into water. Fire, 1 hit. So our flamethrower can just instantly destroy. Breaking 5 buildings out of the ice. Can we do that with fire? Does that work? Or are we going to depend on the enemy for this? I have to do this mission for the orb anyway.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah. I know you can break... So the ice tile is what I was talking about. I'm not sure about building ice. I would assume we can melt it, but maybe I'm wrong. We do have a little bit of forest here, too. Just not as much as on the archives. These enemies with 1 HP are very non-threatening to me.
Regen Scion would also give you a pretty good opportunity to have 5 burning enemies at once. You'll let a bunch of them stick around for a while.
I just want to make sure that I cannot free these buildings of ice. I kind of want to use a reset just to discover that. We are able to do it. So that's not a concern. That mission objective shouldn't be a problem then. On that note, though, they are freeing 4 of them for me. So I could just let them do that. This guy will die if I do that. He's on ice, so is he.
I think those kills are too good to pass up.
This will shove him though, right? Will he survive?
You just do the 1 tile, though.
We'll get him. I feel like this leaper with his webbing is the one I'd prefer to kill. If I had to choose. That being said, can we fly over? Not quite. I was thinking maybe I could swap over. How far off are we? We are 1 tile off. I could make that happen. I shoot here, and then we have a mech here that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, swaps him in, kills him, and then we're left with a hornet, a leaper, and whatever else comes up. And those last 2 are freeing some buildings for us, so they're not a problem yet. We do need to get 7 kills as well. Here comes the most annoying enemy they're gonna have. Very frustrating that that happened there. On the bright side, they are not doing anything special with their other mechs, or Vex, so we can kill that spider thing now. And maybe even the spider itself. That will do it. It's going to shoot another egg at me, though. I need to start killing enemies. That's a concern that I have. I have to kill 4 more. Here's where Backburner would come in handy. But I can kill those 2, so no problem.
Alright, looking good.
That's going to be 5 buildings broken out of the ice, and that's enemy number 6. I just need to get the last one. Actually, they're done. We've got them both.
Yeah, everything's accounted for.
Oh, the HP boost. Well, no problem there. We can drop him right away. Since he flies, the ice melting doesn't matter, but we can burn him down. That was a harder mission, cleared no problem. And we have an orb for putting towards flamethrower. Though on this map, maybe the backburner is worth the time to get. Since we can make more water that way. Mech move. Very nice. That's going to be nice. Flying mech with 5 movement. We just had to shove him 1 tile to get him where I wanted. Having this thing do 2 damage outright is its big upgrade, and it's expensive. It's not my priority. It would be nice, but it's not something I'm going to gun for.
Yeah, it's a luxury.
I'm debating between movement and range here. I think I'll hold off on taking the movement away. Which makes me wonder if I shouldn't just get the backburn now.
With both orbs, you could switch to only having +1 range, but having the more expensive +1 range.
They're both just +1 range, though.
Just as like a bookkeeping thing, to reserve that you've already spent for that.
Well, I'm 1 off of what I want before I get this. I'll just hold on to this pip. This is his mech reactor bonus that's throwing me off here. I need this movement, I feel like. It's just too slow without it. I'd rather have the movement than the range up on this. As nice as it is to have 3. We'll get it soon. We have to do this mission. There's no question about it, so let's do this. Here's a mission where everything's frozen, preemptively. They do get this buff, even though it's frozen, it still is active. That's a very frustrating fact. But it is a thing. These robots will burn, by the way. They are not fireproof. Thank God. They are not fireproof. I wonder if I should have unfroze him first. Oh well, we'll just burn him. That 5 damage attack is going to be 0, so that's nice. That's Mufon doing work down there. That being said, I think I would rather just pull him out. Do I want to start the process of attacking this thing? Because it's going to unfreeze next turn anyway, I think. Let it burn. We're pretty spread out. That's why I think that's an okay move. A little bit confusing, but at the start of this turn, everything that's on fire is going to lose 1 HP, and they're all going to lose 1 more because of the Scion, so actually...
Just light 1 more unit, and that's the achievement.
I wonder if this counts as a unit. I guess so. I have a very good plan here. Except for that the city will be hit. But man, I really wish I could swap him here to hit his friend. Can't do it without hurting my friend or hitting my city. We'll just get rid of him. And we can actually just leave. We don't have to take a hit. That's optional. We can swap with nothing. I guess swap is the incorrect term. It's teleport, and it swaps if there's something in the way. What is our final achievement? A 4-range warp? Is that it?
Yeah.
We can get that right now. Easily. Yeah. We'll just free him and have him do it. That is how far that ranges. By the way, it really is that ridiculous. That's Fire Team's achievements unlocked. Already on Island 2 at the start. Now we can just focus on winning. That power available notice is bothering me. Block Vex spawns. So, I'm looking at all of this ice. This entire row of ice is all water to me, theoretically. It's really easy for me to convert that to something that kills enemies like this that are on the ground. I need to block Vex spawns. They're not in a great position for me to do it and also do damage. Seems like an obvious one is here. I hate the idea of not lighting them on fire. Oh, I've got a good idea. Let's go ahead and use that water. There it is. That enemy is too annoying to let live. I'll worry about the other two spawns now. A lot of attacks going on. The way this needs to happen is I need this enemy to burn to death and not die blocking the spawn, or else this guy will not die in time, and these enemies won't die at all. How can I do all of that while blocking the spawn?
You can protect those buildings with shoving. Sort of delay up there for now. Swap the Hornet down onto this spawn. And then just like push the spider out with the fire artillery and the leaper out with the flamethrower.
Will I have another spawn to block? I think I will have one. And I'll have a whole ton of enemies. But I think I will have one spawn left to block. I think I can have him kill the spider. At least. I can at least do that. If I shove him twice over, he'll be on fire and he'll hit this guy. And then I can swap the hornet down. Oh, the order's not right. I should have checked first. I kind of just assumed the leaper would be first. The spider's usually not, because it's on the field later, but this time it is. I guess I'm just going to shove them out of the way to try and prevent grid damage. Alright. I don't see anything better than that to prevent actual damage. I do want to block the spawns, though. There should be one spawn. The one the hornet's on should still exist. If I'm not mistaken. I do not like the way they webbed my buddy up there. This shot is obviously needing to happen. Well,
But the coal plant is in danger.
yeah, I can't block the spawn and save the coal plant. I need to. This, unfortunately, is the one building I cannot let them get. So I think we're not going to block the spawns. Unfortunately, can't figure out a way to do it. Just because of this web. That fire, unfortunately, will not exist.
But taking a regular grid hit instead of the hit to the coal plant. That's the best you could do.
I should have swapped the other way around. Now I wish I didn't use my reset. I could have prevented all that damage. I didn't need to take this hit either. Oh well. Lost control of it. It's too many enemies with that spider. That's why I wanted to get rid of it right away. The spider, summoning little dudes that get HP bonuses is one of the most threatening combinations of enemies. They are not that bad when they only have 1 HP, but when they have 2, there's something else. And they are still having 2 after all that. I still think I should do this shot. It's too good. That would take care of him. Weaken him. Alright, we lost our perfect island, and we took a hit. There was definitely a way to do that would have kept that under control. But it didn't happen. On the right side, we got our grid back. Let's go here. Defend the freezing robots. Yeah, we'll do that. A weaker spider this time. Gotta keep spread out so it doesn't grab us both. Ah, that is a thing. We are immune to the ice. This goes into one of the teams that this character is really good on. Immune to ice when the Zoltan shield is up. We could do some things. Unfortunately, we do destroy the mine, so I can't land here and swap. That would be a pretty good move. I could. We could do this. That's free damage and gets rid of an enemy. What am I gonna swap?
I think you swap the Leaper, but just add max range. Swap the Leaper. Can't quite put it in the drink yet. Unless you have the flamethrower cooperate.
I could kill it with the ice break, but I mean, I want to light the other one on fire. So I can get rid of him after one more turn. One more annoying turn of enemies spawning. Great, here comes shields. As long as they line up for the artillery shot, which they did, this isn't a terrible thing for that one to be the one grappled. We could have him kill his friend. If I shoot here... I think we have to swap this Hornet out, though. That's the only mech here that can solve that problem. He's still doing friendly damage, so there's that. Yeah. I'll do it that way. Sometimes I use my reset to visualize. I know I shouldn't. Because now I don't have it, but... I think I'm gonna burn the buffer instead.
Well, now that robot's gonna stay out of harm's way.
Ugh! Annoying swap. Okay. We have a move. But if I swap that one, it's gonna hit the city. Which isn't any better. This enemy will be at 1 health. If I set him on fire, he will go down next turn. I think I've got it under control for now. So that's 1. That'll get the spider. You can get this egg killed. And a lot of these enemies are about to die. A whole lot. Build control. This mission went better than the last one, that's for sure. Finally, ice has done its job. We can swap so far away that this enemy can't do anything. That is why this upgrade's so good. At level 1, when you can only swap one tile, what I would be able to do then is trade places, protect this one. This one would still be hit, and we'd be hit. But since we're max range, we can move it so far away that it's completely gone. Just out. Completely, just completely useless. I'm thinking I can kill that guy, though. If I really want to. I'd have to swap him. I'll just play it real quick and just do this. I love the fortress that this guy over here has. A Firefly leader. Starting with that HP bonus again. We don't have to worry about webs yet. We might later. The Firefly leader is the one that shoots in 2 directions for a lot of damage. 4, yeah. That can't be allowed. I want to make it shoot both of its friends. And I think I can make that happen. I need to shove him to the right, and then down, and then swap this guy up. That should be doable. This seems like another wonderful boss fight.
You have a good tool set for bosses, because you can shove the boss around to deal with other threats, and still be doing work on the boss as you go.
Yeah, he's gonna be dead, actually, here. I think that's it. Yes, the boss is finished. And this guy can block a spawn for me and also be dead. That looks fine. I should have lit that tile on fire before I shoved. A team like this is very important that you order your units in the correct way. Just like Judica, I need to take my time, and I haven't been doing that too well. And think about who needs to go first, because they influence the other team members' moves. They move around everything so much. Looks good. I'm enjoying the block doing no damage stuff, and the Zoltan shield just always being up. That's really good. It's a really good thing to have found. That guy's dead. And we can get rid of you too. Well, aside from the, we couldn't block one spawn. That's what's stopping our perfect island here. The usual failing condition. We do have a decent amount of stuff, though. I've been waiting to see this in the store. Probably the best weapon there is. It is so good. I have to have this. I'm not leaving this here. I'm not.
Agreed. That's probably the single highest value weapon in the game.
1 use per battle would still be good, but for 2 measly power, infinite field influence.
2 power and universal compatibility, anything can use that.
We're gonna check that weapon out next time for sure. I'm buying that. This is just more fire. That's good for us. That's a... Too bad about the self-damage, but I don't really care about that. That's a really good weapon for this team. I could see using that, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's similar to the artillery that we have. It's just fire instead of shove, which I feel like shove is better.
If it weren't sitting right next to the fan, that would probably be the thing to take from this shop.
Yeah, we can't really be buying 3 weapons every time. So here's why I had this pilot in reserve. We're going to buy this for 2. Sell them back, and get 2 orbs. Now we can power that thing up. The character to use it, I think the artillery is a good choice. Because the swap mech is really good. The artillery, its primary job is already to shove. Now it's just going to be really good at it. Incredibly good at shoving. That is... so good that it takes priority over the 1 orb I wanted for this. Hopefully we'll get that last orb for the flamethrower soon, though. because this extra energy here still bothers me. That's an interesting loadout. Well, we'll see you next time, folks, when we check out the wind turbine on one of these two islands.